Tom P, first one, checking in saying, Father. CSGO Skin Showcase. You're late. You need to be disciplined. I need you to go down by the creek and get a switch from a hickory tree. Come back and face Father. Save us, Jay. Please, Goddess. What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Uncle Crackhead suing you. No. Here's actually quite the opposite. I don't know if anyone has seen the shit that's going around that Uncle Crackhead supposedly, I don't know if they're real documents or not, but Uncle Crackhead wants everyone to at least think he's got an investigation going on into the harassment. So what I've decided to do is right here and now, I want to validate everything the trolls have been saying. And I want this message to get to Uncle Dave Rousoff. So if any of you guys want to reach out and spam Uncle Dave, the rumors are true. I have been kicked out of the Delray Misfits. Therefore, I cannot be included in Uncle Dave's lawsuit. How about them apples? We need to order 66 someone, Father. Nah. Deedle the dog, who kicked you out? I'm not really sure. I just read about it on the internet. So it must be true. So you guys need to all contact Uncle Dave Rousoff and let him know, hey, Uncle Dave, by the way, Jay Masters has been kicked out of the Misfits. See, I was fighting it at first, but now that I know Uncle Dave is going to pursue legal actions against the Delray Misfits, I'm good with it. Cheers to my time with the Delray Misfits. We had a good run. Hasta la vista, baby. Deedle the dog, you are an intelligent man. That's all I'm going to say. LeBum James, I love your name, dude. Jay is a founding father. That is not a true comment. I came into the Misfits actually rather late. One of the last ones in, first one to be kicked out. Eli Vincent says, take care of Uncle Dave and Jew Granny. Bring Janoy back and redeem yourself. Right, CSGO Skin Showcase. I read it on the internet. It must be true. Whatever happened to Emma? Emma's back in Michigan. I don't know what she's up to. I haven't communicated with her. I do follow her on Instagram. She really looks like she lost her muscle. I don't think she's into training anymore. But, there's all sorts of rumors going around that she relapsed and shit like that. But, look, I've seen people that are on fucking heroin. Emma is not on heroin, okay? She looks way too good. I should turn my volume down. So anyway, Brad copied the Misfits back in 2018. You were right all along about Brad. Well, I knew that the Misfits were copyrighted. I'm not going to lie. I knew that Brad and Andrew went together. I think Lenny went as well. I think the three of them went and met with, like, I don't know if they met with an attorney or who they met with, but they did meet with somebody and form an LLC. They did that right before they started the clothing line. And just until that document surfaced a few days ago, I didn't realize that the Misfits were solely in the name Bradley W. Murray, or whatever the fuck his middle initial is. So I don't know why Andrew did that. I'm sure Andrew has his reasons. You know, maybe Andrew doesn't want to be sued by Uncle Dave Rozoff. Maybe Andrew is the last one laughing. Old maniacs knew this document for years. Okay? It's just the first time I ever saw it. Greed and cuckery killed the Misfits. Well, it was Pomps that tried to get the Patreon going. And I really don't think the Patreon was really a bad thing. I just, in fact, I really think Brad and Andrew jumped the gun killing the Patreon from pressure from the fucking Misfits. But that's just my opinion. And they had their reasons. They thought that the minute people were subscribing, that they were going to be obligated to create content, and they didn't want that kind of pressure. So whatever, I agree with, I see their point. See, you can see someone's point of view and understand their perspective, but disagree with the decision that made. And that's how I feel on that. But I wasn't the one doing the work behind the scenes either. So it's easy for me to disagree. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe after all said and done, Uncle Dave is going to own the legal right to the Misfits LLC. Everybody will be working for Uncle Dave. Now that would be funny. But I really don't know what's up with those legal documents, if they're fucking real or not. I mean, what kind of lawyer would take you seriously? My Dixie wrecked. Hey, Jay, is your breath really as bad as Brad says? On some days, yes. And I'll explain why. I train on an empty stomach, okay? And I have a natural gag reflex. Like, I put a toothbrush in my mouth, and sometimes I can only brush my teeth for a few seconds, and then I got to spit the shit out. So when I go to the gym in the morning, when I wake up already kind of amped up to go. And if I try and brush my teeth before the gym, all that's going to happen is I will start gagging. And if I do a scoop of pre-workout powder, forget it. I'm not brushing my teeth for hours until that shit wears off. So yeah, sometimes I got bad breath. Who cares? You know what I mean? Stay 6 feet away from me then. COVID-19 rules, bro. Fuck. It is what it is. What about Brad's shooting incident? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about when someone shot at his mail truck? I don't know what you're talking about. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Uncle Dave, team up now. Uncle David Rozoff is Jason Genoy's uncle. It's Jane Fronson's brother. And Basically, Uncle Dave made the grandmother put pressure on Jane to make Jason step away from social media if Jane wants to get her inheritance. Uncle Dave is pretty much a piece of shit because, you know, do truckers still do logs on paper with lines and a ruler? No. My log book is in my tablet. We got an appliance that plugs in to the diagnostic port of the truck down by the brake pedal. There's a diagnostic port, like where mechanics would plug in their laptop. And we have an appliance that plugs in down there that we tucked under the dash. And that allows the tablet to communicate with the truck. Leaning towards getting my A class. Yeah, I mean, there's steady money if you have a CDL. I need to make more money myself. I'm actually, I might eventually go work for a bigger company that actually leases trucks to drivers. So basically, even though you're running under a bigger company's DOT and motor carrier numbers, you're still somewhat of an independent contractor because you're leasing the truck through them. And then you basically dispatch yourself. That's the way to go. Buying a truck and owning a truck and being completely independent is a great way to go bankrupt and get your truck repossessed. Leasing from a bigger company and being what they call a lease operator is the way to go. See, there's basically company drivers, guys that just get paid, 50 cents a mile or whatever they make. That's a company driver. Then you have owner operators. They're completely independent. And then you have what's called a lease operator, which is somewhat in between the two. Where you're leasing your own truck, but you're not running on your own DOT number or your own motor carrier number. You're running under the umbrella of the company you're leasing from. So it gives you cheaper insurance, cheaper everything. It's a pretty good deal. Plus brokers, you don't have to worry about being new. Like when you have a new MC number, a lot of brokers won't even trust you with loads. So when you're a lease operator and you're not running on a brand new MC number, so there's a lot of advantages to being a lease operator. When is Order 66 on conservative Cuban? Never. Now that the Delray Misfits are dead, me and the Cuban and Pancake Mike are starting our own group. How is Big Rob? I haven't seen Big or heard of Big Rob in ages. Worst accidents you've seen on the road, Jay? I saw one a few weeks ago where a tractor trailer had a car completely pinned under the rear bumper of the trailer. And the bumper of the rear trailer was like beyond the steering wheel of the car that was pinned under the trailer. So it looked like the person driving the automobile must have been distracted, like maybe looking at their phone or texting or something like that, and not realize that traffic had come to a stop, because that's the only way enough force could be generated for that car to go underneath the rear bumper like that. I can't imagine that person lived. I could tell when I drove by that the paramedics had used the jaws of life and peeled the roof back to get the body out. But I doubt that was a live body. I mean, you're talking about the rear bumper of the truck was like at the fucking steering wheel. So could have taken the person's head off for all we know. But King Robbie is still in Rob's basement. Do you plan on doing any deer hunting this season? Probably not. It's getting a little late in the year to make plans. The Misfits never addressed Uncle Dave. Seems scared about the whole thing. I would agree with that. So, glad I'm not part of the Misfits anymore. Misfits should have buried Uncle Dave when they had the chance. Now Uncle Dave is going to sue the dog shit out of them. Shit, Uncle Dave could even use me as a star witness. Oh. What is Dave's case against the Misfits? I think he's going for fucking online harassment. Diana Maybrook's last boob job. You doxed him on IG. Maybe I did. Maybe I was just following orders. Remember, my name's not on the LLC of the Misfits. I was just a soldier. I'm not monetized, so I can't do super chat. Arab Andy says following orders. That's what Nazis said. You got it. Now you're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh. You ever smoke crack with Big Lou? No, but I want to. Oh. No, actually, I didn't mean that. I don't want to smoke crack with Big Lou. Why did Jason delete his IG? I'm not sure. I think pressure from the grandmother on Jane. The only person that's after the conservative Cuban is Gorilla Juice. I think besides that, everyone else likes him. Testify against the Misfits in return for full immunity from Uncle Dave. He'll take the deal. That's fucking hysterical. No one likes a Cuban? I don't believe that. Just a group of you guys got butthurt when I called him a new misfit. And I tried to clear that up and realized I made a mistake. That since I got kicked out of the Misfits, I certainly don't have the power to create any new Misfits. Oh. Cuban reminds me of McCuck. Now that's an insult. Why would you say that? Not that McCuck's a bad guy, but I think Cuban is a hell of a lot cooler than McCuck. Who kicked you out, Jay? I don't know. Who's in charge of the Delray Misfits? Check the LLC paperwork. Am I out? I need to know, am I out? Am I in or am I out? Well, obviously I'm out. What's the new name of your group? I don't know. I was thinking Del Rey Deplorables because Trump supporters are called the Deplorables. And it just has a ring to it with Del Rey and deplorable. You know, that whole D and L. Del Rey, Deplorables. Del Rey Deplorables sounds good to me. Malt Liquor Militia, I like that a lot. Malt Liquor Militia, that's got a fucking ring to it. The MLM. Malt Liquor Militia. Fuck yes. Masters Misfits. No, I can't use the word misfits. The piss troopers would go crazy. You're too American to be deplorable. Yeah, but that's the joke. What's her name? Hillary Clinton called Trump supporters a basket of deplorables. Does Prince Andrew play all sides? And Malt Liquor Militia is epic. I don't. Andrew's his own man. You know. I don't think he's going to go joining fucking McCuck's Navy. And I'm kind of joking about coming up with a new name. Although Malt Liquor Militia, the MLM is fucking outstanding. I like that better than fucking Del Rey Deplorables. But anyway, no, I'm kind of joking about needing a name. Imagine seeing Janoi in court. The Master Racers. That's got too much white supremacy in that name. Jay thinks he's Pony Boy. It Greasering. Pony Boy was not in Grease. Pony Boy was in that other movie about greasers. The Outsiders. No, I have no idea if those paperwork that Uncle Dave posted or someone found is real or not. I have no idea. I'm actually just having a lot of fun right now, to be honest. None of this is really serious talk, but doesn't matter. The trolls are still going to edit out the funny parts and send them to fucking Brad. So it really doesn't matter if I admit that I'm joking or not. The trucker and the wetback. You're forgetting about Mike Pancake, standout tight end for Arizona State. Where's the dynamic speed bench workout? I haven't been able to find anyone to film me. I need a cameraman. I went to Walmart to try and find a tripod. They don't sell them at Walmart. Del Rey Piss Bloods. Nah, I'm not feeling it. The MLM is the best thing I've heard so far. Malt Liquor Militia. What do you guys think about the goatee? I had to trim it last night. I've never had a layover in Austin. I don't know if there's any truck stops near Austin. That's such a fucking hipster town now. Well, who keeps saying Prince Diana was killed by Prince Philip? That's so stupid. Who really cares about the British royal family? Oh. Get ready, Jay. Brad is going to throw you under the bus to Uncle Dave. Clean shaven looks better. Thanks, bro. I got so burned out after fucking getting it this far whacked down. Rob, man, I can't read that comment. Brad might get mad. What made them turn on you, Jay? I don't. Who's them? Um, I think Lenny must have got his phone turned back on because I have seen I have gotten some DMs from Lenny on Instagram. Unless he's using a computer and still doesn't have a phone, he could be on Instagram via a computer or via a tablet. Everyone, you're hated. By who? McCuck, Hamburg, Brad. Oh. Jay couldn't survive in the UK. Now, I don't think I would like the UK either. The weather there sucks. The food sucks. The women all have rotten teeth. What's so good about the UK? Why would I want to go there? Super Nintendo Chalmers, you have no more friends. Besides Hamburg, McCuck, and Brad, who else have I pissed off? And I'm not even mad at Hamburg anymore. Hamburg is old fucking news. Once I kicked Hamburg out of that private chat group and he was no longer able to fucking flip flop and play both sides and fucking send screenshots to people that we didn't like, Hamburg doesn't bother me anymore. Hamburg is kind of a likable clown, to be honest. And I mean that in a good way. He's a clown and he's likable. The only problem I had with Hamburg is he's a fucking turncoat. He will use shit against you to gain favor with other people. Hamburg doesn't stand for anything. And I'm not even upset with fucking McCuck anymore either. The whole reason I got pissed at McCuck is Gorilla Juice was going after McCuck and McCuck's family, which is wrong. And McCuck thought it would be real smart to dox Gorilla Juice. And then, so what does Gorilla Juice do? in retaliation to McCuck, he starts going after me and my family, Brad and his family, Andrew and his family. I don't know if he went after Lenny or not, but that shit's over. Oh. It doesn't matter if you like them. They no longer stand you. Oh, who cares? You guys act like I lose sleep over this shit. I genuinely am the king of who cares. Otherwise, I wouldn't do what I do. What is your honest top speed as a trucker? Oh, well, my truck has got a 73 mile an hour governor, but I've had it damn close to 90 going down a hill. I'm malt liquor mafia for life. That's funny. Brad and Andrew have no choice but to have a family. Why are you bringing Andrew into this? Andrew has nothing to do with this. Andrew and I are friends outside of the Misfits. Andrew could really never fucking film another YouTube video on his channel ever again, and he would still be willing to maybe help me with mine. That's the kind of guy he is. So Andrew is like an old cat lady. That's funny. I don't know if I've lost any weight. Tren is just a damn good thermogenic. I fucking sweated my ass off this weekend in this hotel room. I got my air conditioning set on 61 because that's as low as it'll go. So watching TV, laying in this room, I'll get cold as fuck. Then I'll get underneath the goddamn covers and I'll start sweating my ass off. So when you're sweating your ass off in the air conditioning, you know you're losing weight. That's that trend, just churning that metabolism. Does water honestly help with hangovers? Oh, fuck yes. Hell yeah. Andrew has never said a word about anyone. That's true. Andrew is one person who has got social media figured out. Well, I shouldn't say that because we all have social media figured out. Some of us just don't follow our own instincts, don't follow our own advice, or simply make stupid mistakes. All right, I gotta piss. I promise not to flush. Damn, I just saw on the television. Sounds like Europe is getting hit pretty hard with the second wave of COVID. They're talking about somewhere bars and restaurants closing today. Can't remember what city they said. Cotton picker LeBron won the championship. LeBron is too tall to be a cotton picker. LeBron would be a better peach tree picking farmhand. I think the best time to drink the water is if you wake up in the middle of the night to piss. That's when you should drink 2 or 3 glasses of water and then go back to bed. CP LeBron, is he friends with CP Pomps and CP Brad? I don't know what that means. I can't smoke. I smoked a couple nights ago. And I just can't do it. This trend really has you feeling shitty. Last thing you want is a cigarette. Trust me. Run a gram of Tren, leave humanity behind. I don't know how guys can run a gram of Tren a week. That's just insane. Like if you got some Tren acetate, which is the fast acting kind that most people pin every other day, but acetate is so fast acting you could technically pin Tren acetate every day. So if you did, and most of the Tren acetate is 100 milligram per cc. If you did a cc of Tren acetate every day, that's still only 700 milligrams a week. And I know I could do it I know I could do a vial. I know I could do a cc a day for 10 days. But dude, how long do you think you could keep that up? A cc of Tren acetate daily. Whoa. I think if you're going to do insane amounts of Tren, the acetate is the only way to go, because this trenenthionate I have is only 200 mgs per cc, and doing a cc and a half a week, which is only 300 milligrams, I feel like I'm tweaking. You can definitely do more if you do the acetate. And the last thing you want to do is do a shit ton of trenenthionate in one shot. Because if you have an adverse reaction to it, you're going to feel like shit for fucking 3 to 4 days until your levels get lower. So if you want to experiment with high doses of Tren, definitely get the acetate. Because that way, if you feel like shit, 24, 36, 48 hours later, you're going to feel better. I like Tren acetate. I just don't have any. I got this trenenthionate that's been kicking around. I've had it for over a year. So I figured I better use it before it goes bad. It'll eventually fall out of suspension and crystallize. I think Friday I did a cc and a half of Tren nth, and mine is 200 mgs per cc or ml for European almost. So I basically did 300 mgs of Tren E Friday night, and I'm tweaking. What are your genuine predictions of lifespan? I don't know. I've never had a stress test, which at 51 years old, I should go get done. I have no idea the condition of my arteries that are feeding my heart. I mean, what if I'm at 90% clogged right now and I don't know it? I'm a walking dead man. But then on the flip side of that coin, what if my arteries don't have any buildup? What if I'm a freak? And it could be anywhere in the middle. I could have normal blockage of the arteries. So really, to worry about it is a lot of people live a long fucking time after their first heart attack. Usually, most people that die of a heart attack are the people that have a second heart attack, I believe, within 6 months of their first heart attack. Most deaths due to heart attack, I believe, and I could be wrong, and I'm sure if I am, you guys will tell me I'm wrong, but I think if you're going to die of a heart attack, you're most likely to die from your second heart attack if it's within 6 months of your first heart attack. Most people survive their first heart attack unless they have a widowmaker. So the secret to living a long life after your first heart attack is to not have a second one within 6 months, because that's usually the killer. No family relies on you, so that's supposed to make a difference. So let me ask you a question. If I was subsidizing the lives of 3 single moms, that would make me somehow a better person because 3 single moms depend on me? Give me a break. That's stupid. My favorite Super Nintendo game was the PGA Tour Golf. That was awesome. Kennel. That's right. How does Edge malt liquor compare to Hurricane and Steel Reserve? Edge is pretty clean. This is basically Ice House, which is a Miller product, so it's pretty clean tasting. I don't like it as much as I like Hurricane. Hurricane is an Anheuser-Busch product, so this is like it's like comparing Miller to Bud. What do you like better? But Steel Reserve is foul stuff. Coors Light is bullshit. Coors Light is like 3.5% alcohol by volume. That's dipshit beer. People that want to drink all day and not get buzzed. Oh shit, it's Beef Lewis again. Howdy from Montana. My bench sucks. Will triples help? Absolutely. You're onto something there. I read a long time ago that nothing will peak your strength quicker than doing a heavy 3 sets of 3 workout. So how about that, Beef Lewis? Put that in your fucking corn cob pipe. Yeah, do a heavy 3 sets of 3. But only do that once a month. Do other shit the other 3 weeks. Like 5 sets of 5 or 4 sets of 10, whatever. Just once a month, do a heavy 3 sets of 3. Absolutely. I gotta blow my nose. I'm sitting right in front of the fucking air conditioner. Making my fucking eyes water and my nose run. Fuck, I can't see without my glasses. 3 sets of 3 once a month. Transform the tadpoles into frogs. You guys love that tadpole analogy I did. It's true, though. Think about it. A tadpole can do all the side dumbbell side laterals he wants, but he's never going to have bigger shoulders than the tadpole next to him that's out eating him. The tadpole next to him that's out eating him is going to be a bigger frog. Side laterals are so gay. Naps Gear, great roid site. I've heard of Naps Gear. I only did 2 exercises for back today. I did pendlay rows and I did trap bar shrugs. So I just didn't feel that good. And it's from the fucking trend. That's one shitty thing about Trent. You feel like shit, and you don't want to fucking train. It sucks. I love pendlay rows too. Strict pendlay rows will blow up your back. Well, pendlay rows are meant to be done as an explosive movement, like a power move. I don't know what you mean when you say do them strict. They should be done explosive. And you can be explosive and somewhat strict. You just got to get that hard pop off the floor and pull it to your fucking gut as fast as you can. Yeah, I don't use straps when I do pendlay rows because I can't be bent over doing my straps. I get out of breath before I even done a single rep. That's why when I like to do bent over barbell rows, more of a bodybuilder row, I like to do them inside a power rack. That way I can be standing up when I do my straps. Yeah, explosive, definitely. I mean, pendlay rows were developed to increase explosiveness for Olympic lifters. I mean, a lot of bodybuilders won't get this, but when you do pendlay rows, you can get sore hamstrings because when you're pulling explosive off the floor like that, you are fucking flexing your hamstrings like a bitch. I gave my girlfriend a silver necklace and got the jeweler to put it in a box marked white gold. Is this wrong? Dude, I actually like silver more than white gold. Honestly, that's just my personal preference. I actually like what's that shit that's silver in color? It's not white gold, it's not silver. What's that precious metal that's similar to that? What am I thinking of? It's a real pretty precious metal that is similar to silver or white gold. Not platinum. Is it platinum? I guess it is platinum. Yeah, I like platinum. I think platinum is fucking beautiful. What about aluminum, Jay? I'd rather have titanium. If I was going to have a rod shoved down my dick hole by a dominatrix, I would want it to be made out of titanium. Do you eat anything before you start drinking? Post workout, I had a 32-ounce Gatorade for sugar. Then I had a scoop of essential amino acids. Then I had half of a turkey bacon Swiss, actually double Swiss, toasted sub. Whenever I get a toasted sub, I always get double cheese because it seems like when you get a sub toasted, the fucking cheese disappears. Like, what the fuck? So that's one of my favorite subs is turkey bacon Swiss. And so I got a turkey bacon double Swiss. I could only eat half of it. Yeah, I've switched to using essential amino acids. I don't do branch chains anymore. It's outdated technology to do branch chains. BCAA is a hoax. Well, I wouldn't call it a hoax. A little bit of BCAA in your pre-workout is good. Well, I still use the Outlift by Nutrex pre-workout. So I'm still getting BCAAs in my pre-workout. So I can't lie to you guys and say I don't do BCAAs anymore, but the only BCAAs I do is included in my pre-workout. Post-workout, I do a fucking full sugar Gatorade and essential amino acids. I think most people have switched to away from doing post workout branch chains to post workout essential amino acids. Because one of the benefits of switching to an essential amino acid is it gives you time to go get real food and therefore makes the post workout whey protein shake somewhat obsolete. So instead of doing whey protein post workout, I'm doing essential amino acids, and it doesn't kill my appetite. I can go eat. Whereas if I do a whey protein, sometimes I don't want to eat, and especially like a day like today where I knew I was going to have some cold ones. Doing a whey protein shake post workout fucks you over if you want to drink beer later. Like, you want to get fucking diarrhea? Drink beer, after doing a whey protein shake. It's disgusting. I hear Big Lenny's getting divorced. I don't know what that means. Was Big Lenny married in the past? For some reason, I have some kind of stupid memory that Big Lenny was actually married. I don't know if I dreamt that or Married with 5 kids. I don't think Lenny's got any children. Lenny was married to a Haitian, wasn't he? That's right. Lenny was married, wasn't he? Or am I imagining all this? I can't remember. Yeah, but she's dead now, isn't she? I'm not sure that Haitian lady that Lenny was in love with that died was the one he was married to. I think they could be 2 different women. I don't know. My memory is trashed. I think that's from smoking marijuana for fucking 20 years. Beef Lewis says it's cold and rainy in Montana. Lifting in the garage sucks. No chicks. Well, you need to find a Filipino boy and make him dress up like a girl. Because nothing takes the place of a girl quite like a Filipino. Ask Nate. If Trump loses, we riot. I've been driving around the country and I just don't see the Joe Biden signs compared to the amount of Hillary Clinton signs I saw in 2016. Jay, do you own squat shoes? Yes, I own 2 pair. I own a pair of black Chuck Taylor Converse high tops, and I own a pair of Van checkerboard slip-ons. Those are my squat shoes. Chuck Taylors and Vans, bro. I meant with elevated heels. No, you don't want an elevated heel. The only time you want an elevated heel is for doing Olympic lifts, because doing a clean and jerk, an elevated heel is good. That's why squat shoes became squat shoes. Is because people saw guys doing the clean and jerk, wearing these goofy shoes with a wedge heel. But think about it. When you do a clean and jerk and you go down low to catch the clean, before you're basically in a front squat position. And then you squat the weight up before your jerk. For a front squat, an elevated heel is somewhat advantageous. So Olympic lifters started wearing these fucking Olympic lifting shoes, and then it caught in the fucking CrossFit community, and then all sorts of bad information started spreading like wildfire among lifters. Powerlifters have never worn an elevated heel for the squat, ever. For powerlifting, you want a flat shoe. You want to be in Chuck Taylors. You want to be in Vans. You don't want any kind of heel for powerlifting. So the only lifts where an elevated heel would be an advantage would be the clean and jerk, the front squat, and I don't even think they would be an advantage in the snatch. I know a lot of Olympic lifters use the same shoes for the clean and jerk and the snatch. But in the snatch, where you take the bar over your head in one move, you're actually catching the bar in a completely different body position. The snatch, the catch position is more similar to the back squat. So I think you would want a flat heel for a snatch. Whereas the catch position in the clean and jerk, you're in a front squat position where an elevated heel might be beneficial. That's why, and this is a good segue for me to share a little information with you guys. That's why when people ask me about programming for sports, why I always suggest pairing the power clean with a back squat and the snatch with a front squat. That way you're not overtraining the same range of motion. Because if you do a power clean and a front squat on the same day, you're going to be overworking your knees. That's just too much quad work. Just don't do it. Don't try it. You're going to wind up with sore knees. And the equivalent is like doing this a back squat after you do snatches. That's just too much glutes, too much hamstring. Don't do it. You're asking for trouble. So if you pair the Olympic lift with the variation of the squat that is opposite in the catch position, you're never going to be overtraining. So do your power cleans with a back squat. Do your snatches with a front squat. Does that make sense? So, and I think unless you're a competitive Olympic lifter, I wouldn't be doing my Olympic lifts from the floor anyway. I would be picking them up off boxes, or I would be picking them up off pegs on a squat rack, a power rack, and doing them from what we call the hang position. I would do hang cleans and hang snatches, where you hang the bar just above the kneecap, and then you pop it off the fucking quads up over your head. So if your main goal is just getting better at sports, I would pair your hang cleans with back squats, and I would pair your hang snatches with front squats. And I would do that on probably a Monday, Thursday split. Back to that training split for sports, where I would do a hang clean and a back squat on Monday, and a hang snatch and a front squat on Thursday. For your third exercise, the ideal exercise is a stiff-legged deadlift. You can do that Monday and Thursday. And if your main priority is sports, that should be the foundation of your program right there. Monday and Thursday, you're doing the 2 Olympic lifts and the 2 squats, and then for your third exercise, you're doing the stiff-legged deadlift. For a lot of sports, that's pretty much all you need to do. care about LeBron James. Do I need an estrogen blocker at 300 mgs test a week? Probably not, but it would be safe to get blood work done. And if you want to increase your chances of not needing an estrogen blocker, I would split that 300 milligrams into 2 equal doses, like Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. No, I don't puke blood anymore. I had a bad fucking ulcer. I think it was from aspirin, actually. Mastron causes blood on urea. I don't know what that means. I like Masteron. It really doesn't put on much muscle, but it makes everything else you're doing better. Like if you do Masteron and EQ, the EQ is going to work better. If you do Masteron and DECA, the DECA is going to work better. And also another side effect of Masteron with DECA is Masteron will block a lot of side effects of DECA. Masteron and EQ, that stack is basically a poor man's primobolan, because primobolan is much more androgenic than EQ. So if you can't afford primobolan, and who can, and you don't want to risk buying fake primo, who would? Just get some EQ and some Masteron, and you're basically doing poor man's primo, because you're doing an anabolic, the EQ, and then you're jacking up your androgens with the Masteron. You're basically using 2 drugs to get the primobolan-like effects at a fraction of the price. Yeah, I love Masteron and EQ. Fucking incredible. People say EQ sucks. That's because it's not androgenic enough. And increasing the test, increasing your test when you do EQ, yeah, that works. But then you get side effects from the test. Whereas you throw a little Masteron into a test EQ cycle, shit works good. And Masteron and DECA is fucking magical. Malt liquor mafia forever. The MLM, babe. That goatee is looking perfect. I'd actually like to straighten it out a little bit. I don't like where it gets wider out here. I want it to go straight fucking down. EQ only gives also mass. What's that mean? EQ is a great drug because there's no side effects. Sitting right next to this air conditioner is making my fucking nose run. I have 100 cases of androstenedione Dion buried. That's stupid. I remember when that shit became popular when what's his name? Mark McGuire was taking it. I remember I used to get those Pinnacle poppers from GNC. Any of you guys remember Pinnacle poppers? I used to take those Pinnacle poppers and I'd put them in my fucking lip like I was chewing tobacco. I call it Dale Chance. You got some chewing tobacco in your lip, Big J? Now them are Pinnacle poppers. Building some muscle right now. Thoughts on creatine. The only creatine I do is in my pre-workout. I think I do like 3 grams of creatine a day, which is just maintenance level. I feel like shit if I do extra creatine. It's just not worth it. The side effects, what it does to your fucking kidneys. Just most pre-workouts have creatine in them, and that's enough for me. I'm pretty sure Outlift by Nutrex has 3 grams. That's plenty. I can't stop this. Yeah, those old school Pinnacle poppers were no fucking good. Those Pinnacle poppers, I'm pretty sure androstenedione was basically just like taking a pro hormone of like an oral deca. So if you weren't taking testosterone with them, after a couple of weeks, all that happened is you basically shut down your own natural system. So yeah, the first couple of weeks you felt great, making all sorts of gains, feeling fucking fantastic. And then all of a sudden, you just got lazy, lethargic, no sex drive, didn't even want to jack off. Malt Liquor Militia checking in, Mighty Millard. That name seems to be fucking sticking. Jay dresses like a little kid. Why? Because I got a matching outfit on with my Michael Jordan Jumpman 23 Michigan t-shirt and my Michael Jordan Jumpman 23 fucking shorts. What? Little kids wear matching outfits? What's wrong with that? That means they got a good mom. Have you ever gotten headaches after lifting? Um, yes, that's a sign of high blood pressure. Be careful. Go get a go to Walgreens and you can get a wrist cuff and monitor your own blood pressure. That's what I got. Because if you're getting headaches, that could be from high blood pressure, which is dangerous. I got like a permanent headache right now because I've been on trend for 2 weeks. Jay, what do you think about Joe Rogan Thailand scandal? I lost all respect for Joe Rogan when I finally saw how short he is. I mean, come on. He's barely taller than some of those female fighters. And he wants to play Billy Badass. Come on, man. You know, see, that's the thing with short, small people is they want to use these Muay Thai. Dude, if you need Muay Thai to kick someone's ass, you really are a pussy. I mean, come on, man. I really dislike MMA. I, I I don't find any pleasure in watching men fight like girls. It I prefer boxing. Can't we just be civilized and agree like we're not going to become bitches or savages and we're going to get in the ring and we're going to fist it out like fucking men. To me, boxing is a better sport. No, I don't like bare knuckle boxing. That's stupid. I like traditional Olympic style boxing, like a sport. Olympic style boxing is better than pro style, honestly, in my opinion. Jay, there's too many PMs in boxing. Well, yeah, that and Mexicans. I mean, but come on, man. And I just something just came to my mind, and you you just made a real racist remark, and it made me think outside the box. Why are there too many PMs in boxing? And then I said, and Mexicans. And then I started thinking about MMA. MMA gyms are expensive. So you get these white boy pussies that can, with mommy and daddy's money, can go afford to train at an expensive ass MMA gym, whereas some PM or some fucking Mexican that's washing dishes for a fucking living, all he can afford is a boxing gym. Who's the tougher motherfucker? Fuck MMA and all those rich white kids. Give me a break. MMA is racist. You heard it here first. MMA gyms are too expensive, so they're exclusionary of African American and Latino Americans. And so you get these pussy ass rich white boys who go train at these MMA gyms. They never even do a fight, but then they go on social media and they tell everyone that they're an MMA fighter. Come on, man. You're just some rich kid from fucking Connecticut. I'll whip your fucking ass. PM smell like chicken and grape soda. Dude, I don't think grape soda has a smell, but nice comment. What does grape soda smell like? Come on, man. Grape soda doesn't have a smell. Jason is a retired MMA fighter. Genova was in the UFC. No, I mean, I've never thought of it this perspective before, but rich white kids who couldn't make it in boxing basically created the UFC. Am I wrong? Because the UFC has created these high dollar gyms and the network to train at a UFC is like CrossFit. It's a fucking money grab. You want to make money? If all you care about is profit, open a CrossFit gym or an MMA gym because that's where the money is. There's no money in a boxing gym. There's no money in a hardcore bodybuilding gym. Who's got money? Soft white kids. What do soft white kids want to do? MMA, CrossFit. Case closed. I mean, imagine being like a teenage black man in the inner city. And you're doing pretty good. You're training boxing at the YMCA. You know, your monthly dues are $14 a month. And you got some Golden Gloves fighter from the 1960s that's really turned you into a pretty good fighter. And you're doing good, you know. You've done some amateur fights as a teenager, and you got these pussy ass fucking white kids where they go to these UFC gyms that are $100 a month. You want to talk about racism? You want to talk racism? The UFC has killed fucking boxing because inner city black kids can't afford UFC gyms. Where you cookie cutters fucking UFC gyms are so fucking gay, man. Whatever. Hold on, here's a good comment. I want to read this one. I used to be an amateur boxer as a teenager, and most of the people I fought were either rich white kids or blue-collar white kids, none in between. MMA gyms provide much more training. Yeah, but they're expensive. At least in South Florida, where I've been living for a few years. Now, obviously, if you've got God-given talent, the owner of that MMA gym is gonna sponsor you, and then because you train there, he's gonna try and get more fucking middle-aged suburban fat white girls to come take a fucking kickboxing class. I mean, the fitness industry is so fucking corrupt. Like, Jay's hair looks like a forest hill in moonlight. I'm incredible. I'm sexy. Jay, most good MMA fighters grew up wrestling for free in high school. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm on the record more times than anybody can count where I've said the toughest people in America are NCAA wrestlers. And anybody who disputes that, I've gone on the record fucking numerous times that I have the utmost respect for NCAA wrestlers. They are the toughest people walking the streets of America, bar none, bar none. Because anybody can strike. Most fights, statistically, I think, like, wind up on the ground within 15 fucking seconds. So if you get in a fight and within the first 15 seconds it winds up on the ground, an NCAA fucking wrestler is going to clean the fucking streets with your fucking face. Period. Now, a fucking boxer, a boxer is going to make it real difficult for you to get him on the ground. Because, look, I wrestled in high school. I want to get the fight to the ground. Plus I'm 335 fucking pounds. But if I got in a brawl with a fucking boxer, there's a mismatch right there. He doesn't want to get that fight to the fucking ground. See what I'm saying? There's a mismatch. So he wants to keep the mismatch in his favor. I want to get the mismatch in my favor. So, anyway, I think we're all arguing about the same thing. But anyway, I guess I went against what I've said in the past when I started talking about how bad and tough boxers were. Because in the past, my stance has always been that, hey, you do not want to fuck with the Division I NCAA wrestler, especially if he's in like one of the heavier weight classes. He's gonna fuck you up. But I still feel the same way about a trained boxer. He's gonna fuck you up. I guess the moral of the story is it comes down to the man. I paid $120 a month at my MMA gym. That included Muay Thai, grappling, striking, and they had a full weight training gym to use. Well worth the money. Oh. Ow, my toe. I'm not trying to brag here. In fact, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to, if somebody could teach me some basic striking skills, I think I could be a pretty tough dude. Because I wrestled in high school. I've got those skills. And I was a college shot putter. So obviously I got the right hand. I mean, come on. You don't throw the shot put in college without having a good right hand. So I'm wondering if someone could just teach me a left jab and maybe a couple of different punches with that right. Fuck, I think I'd be all set. I don't know how long that would take. A couple hours a week, couple weeks, what? You don't have the mobility, Jay. Get down to 260. Oh, I agree. Actually, I was a pretty bad man at 271. No, I'm not doing MMA. Not after my surgically repaired knees. But I would be interested, like from a fitness perspective. And obviously, I would do a cycle to do this. Probably EQ and fucking D ball or EQ and fucking. But if someone would work with me for like 6 weeks, not even a long time, where we would just maybe get together 3 times a week and hit the bag, that would be awesome. I would love that. I I personally think I could improve my physique just uh, doing boxing because I already have so much muscle and I'm such a fat ass that if I just did boxing for 6 weeks, I could actually make my physique better, not even doing any bodybuilding. Ugh. I'm being humble here, guys. Not trying to be a fucking asshole. The heavy and speed bag is my favorite. Just needs treadmill. Yeah, yeah, I hear you, man. But how many of you guys are experts? I only got 77 people watching right now. So I know I might have 2 or 3 people watching that are experts at striking. Now, so I'm talking to the 2 or 3 of you that are experts at striking. I was a college shot putter. So I spent hours and hours and hours of training that right hand to be explosive. That's got to count for something, right? I'm an expert with roundhouse kicks. I don't want to fight anybody. I think it'd be kind of cool though. Like, oh, can't ever shake you trolls, man. All right, here's an intelligent comment from Julian MS. Yeah, because punching power comes from the ground up through your hips, so you could hit hard if you learned how to punch correctly. That's what I'm saying. Being a fucking shot putter to teach a guy how to fucking throw a fucking hard right, it seems like I would have a background where a good coach could actually help me do that relatively quickly. But more importantly, if someone could teach me how to use this retarded left hand, I would be fucking deadly right now. My left is retarded. Just retarded. Yeah, if someone could teach me how to jab, fuck, would I be a badass? Like, with just a left jab, I would be 100 times tougher than I am right now. If someone just taught me how to use a left jab, because I'm so fucking strong. I got a 500-pound bench. You teach me how to left jab, I'm killing people with a left jab if someone taught me how to do it. So, whatever. If you hate Jay, oh, you can't ever hurt anybody with a jab. George Foreman did. Anyway, it's all just talk. It's all just bullshit. We're having fun. We're at an hour 40. I'll tell you what. Something I've thought about. We only got 74 people on here, so I don't know how many of you guys know about boxing, but if I was going to fight a smaller man in the heavyweight division, like what's heavyweight nowadays? Back in the old days, it was above 190 because 190 was cruiserweight. I don't know if it's the same nowadays, but let's just say I had to box a guy that was 200 pounds. Who would still be heavyweight. I'm thinking if somebody could teach me how to fight left-handed, my right hand jab would be all I would fucking need. Like, we're speaking hypothetically. None of this is going to ever happen. But let's just say I was going to fight someone in a boxing ring, 200 pounds, heavyweight versus heavyweight. Because even though I'm 325 and they're 200, they're still a heavyweight. Why wouldn't my trainer want to teach me how to fight left-handed? So that I would have a right jab. Dude, seems like a winning combo to me. It's a nice thing about being big. It is there's so many different options. It's not like being small, where your life depends on it. When you're big, you got options. Jay, can you explain the lawsuit for Reddit? Well, Oregano Jones, um, the documents that Uncle Dave has prepared um, are out there. And I can't dispute them or refute them or whatever word you want to use. I have no clue if they're real or not. But it's just funny that almost on the same day, someone decided to leak the fucking paperwork on the Delray Misfits LLC. And it's all in Bradford Murray's name with Bradford Murray's old address. Not Andrew Fiedelman. Andrew is fucking coy like a fucking cat. Now that Uncle Dave Crackhead has got a fucking crew of fucking attorneys after the fucking Misfits, Andrew Fiedelman is looking like a fucking genius. Because now it's all in Bradford Murray's name. And according to the internet, I've been kicked out. So, I mean, you ask anybody on Reddit, is Big J still a misfit? They're going to say, no, Jay got kicked out. So, I'm fucking happy as a fucking jaybird that these rumors are going around I got kicked out of the Misfits. Because yeah, I'm kicked out of the Misfits. That's the point of a limited liability company. Oh. Not so fast, my friends. Brad got greedy and put the Misfits name under his name. He let the LLC expire. Yes, I didn't stutter. You heard me right. The LLC expired. Okay? And I'm kicked out. So, if Uncle Dave wants to sue people, the remaining members of the Misfits are no longer protected by the LLC. I'm kicked out. I'm kicked out. Brad made sure to let you guys all know, oh, Jay's not welcome at my house. We're not doing any videos with Jay anymore. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. I guess Big J won't be getting sued by Uncle Dave. Peace, brah. Dude. Uncle J Teflon Don. Once Uncle Dave has his way with the Misfits, I'm going to come out of this whole thing scot-free because Brad kicked me out. Okay, I'm back. I just need to go talk to my attorney. And I was unaware that the LLC had expired. Therefore, Bradford Murray was running a criminal empire. Boom. Once the LLC expired, he was running a criminal empire. Boom. He's solely responsible for any damages done to Uncle Dave Rozoff. Boom. Bradford Murray should have informed everybody involved that he let the limited liability corporation expire, but he didn't. So therefore, he was running a criminal empire and actually committing fraud, allowing people to appear on videos without getting their consent. And the list goes on. I mean, boom. You can film whatever you want. Yeah, you can. But here's my legal argument. If people are filming under the protection of the LLC of the Delray Misfits, and Bradford Murray has let that LLC expire. I'm not sure if that's negligence on your part or if that's conspiracy on his part. I mean, leave that to the attorneys to figure out. If you're under the impression that you're working for an LLC, but without your knowledge, that Bradford Murray has let the LLC expire. I don't. It's legal beagle, baby. It's legal beagle. I think Brad put himself in a real fucking pissing himself out of the fucking corner situation by letting that LLC expire, and first off putting that LLC in his name, because once he put it in his name, he becomes responsible. And if he was going to let it expire, didn't he have responsibility to let the other parties know that they were no longer protected by an LLC? Now, these are all legal questions, which I can't answer right now. But if you're running an LLC and you let it expire, don't you have a legal obligation to let the other parties know that you let the LLC expire? I'm not a lawyer. I never played a lawyer on TV, but I enjoy the law. Thinking about the law, talking about the law, I love it. You should sue Brad for lost wages. No, there's no case there. I'll tell you what, though. If Uncle Dave sues the Delray Misfits and I have to appear, yeah, I'll be suing Brad. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If Uncle Dave calls me as a witness, I will be suing the fuck out of Brad Murray. I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste money on attorneys and shit like that. But see, my point is, Brad thinks he's so fucking slick and so fucking cool, and he thinks people are jealous of him, you know, because he's down with OPP, and I'll leave it at that. And if you guys don't know what OPP is, then you don't deserve to know. Brad's got some problems coming. They're not going to be from me. Brad will have Judge Judy crying with his little hipster beard. I just thank God I have all the screenshots of you guys saying Brad kicked you out of the Misfits. I'm getting out of this thing scot-free. Brad kicked me out of the Misfits. Brad failed to renew the LLC on the Misfits. Brad tried to steal everything from the Misfits by putting in his name. Are you guys understanding that the No, I'm not going to talk about Valerie. No, this is about the Misfits. She has nothing to do with this. I gotta piss. Dude, thank you guys for helping me think my way through this legally. This has been a fun exercise. Oh, fuck. I just thought of something. Brad is going to try and hit you when he sees you next. I don't think Brad's that kind of guy. Brad doesn't have violence in his makeup. Brad is a good guy. Yeah. Pomps, on the other hand, is a fucking piece of shit. Well, until if you guys want to help me out with the Pomp situation, here's what I want you to do. I want you to contact the University of Michigan and inform them that Delray Misfits gear is using a copyrighted fucking Block M in their bedroom bully t-shirts. Michigan copyrighted that Block M in 1969. And Pomps has been fucking profiting off that copyright. If we get enough people to contact the University of Michigan and blow up their fucking mailbox with Brian Pompero or Brian, whatever his name is, and Delray Misfits gear about illegally using their fucking copyright. Little bankrupt Delray Misfits gear. I don't wear bogus shit. I'm wearing fucking Michael Jordan logo shit. This Block M has been copyrighted by the University of Michigan since 1969. Look it up. Pomps is in severe copyright infringement laws. Those bedroom bully t-shirts are all violating copyright laws. Man, it's amazing after 2 hours of drinking beer, I feel healthy enough to have a cigarette. I really don't know how much money Pomps owes me, but I would actually just be happy if Pomps settled up. It's never going to happen. It's really never going to happen. Pomps is like a child. So for like, he might owe me $400. I'd rather ruin the guy's life. I'm a horrible human being. Dude, Brad's a tough guy. Brad said I would go out of gas if him and I fought. Really? I want to know how I'm going out of gas while I'm sitting on you. Brad's not stupid. Brad knows I outweigh him by over 100 pounds, and it wouldn't be a fair fight. So he's going to continue to make like little jabs, like, oh, Jay's too fat, or Jay would be out of breath. I mean, good for you, Brad. Good for you, Brad. Brad has no successful long-term relationships because anyone with any amount of self-esteem gets sick of his sarcastic comments. I disagree with that. I disagree with that be, because I think the Taco Queen, Valerie, likes Brad's comments about himself and is incredibly enlarged self-esteem. So I think you're wrong. I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking awesome. Let me do a little jig, like a little Hitler victory jig. I'm kicked out of the Misfits. I'm kicked out of the Misfits. I'm kicked out of the Misfits. I'm not part of Uncle Dave's lawsuit. 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 Brad should have understood that sometimes when our young stray, we still protect them. Well, I strayed. And Brad decided, because his name's on the charter of the Misfits, Brad decided to kick me out of the Misfits. He could have kept me in, he could have protected me. Brad just sent me off to the wolves. Well, now I'm looking at things from a different perspective. I might be willing to talk to David Rozov about things I was ordered to do. These are fine times we're living in. Don't ever fucking forget it. Guys, this whole David Rozoff thing isn't going to be pretty. And the only one that's going to come out of this deal scot-free is me. Because it's all over the fucking internet that I've been kicked out of the fucking Misfits. Do you guys understand how fucking awesome that is? That I am I'm the true Teflon Don. Nobody can touch me. These are the best times we're living in. We're Brad and McCuck and Hamburg. They want to, Jay. We really got to reel in Jay, and we got to scold Jay, and got to let Jay know he can't. Blah, 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 blah. What? Hello? You stupid fucks kicked me out of the Misfits. Now you're all are getting sued. The fuck? How stupid are you, motherfuckers? I'm the one holding all the chess pieces now. The fuck? You want to go be on Brad's side? McCuck's side, Nate's side, fucking Hamburg side. Yeah. They're not kicked out. I'm the one that's kicked out. I'm the one that's not getting sued. Do you guys see how fucking perfect this plan came out for me? I couldn't have planned it any fucking better. Oh, but Jay, you said things about Hamburg's daughter. Then sue Brad. I was a misfit back then. Oh, but Jay, you said things about fucking McCuck. I was a misfit back then. Sue Brad. Oh, but Jay, you said things about Nate and Livia. I was a misfit back then. Sue Brad. Ah. These are fine times we're living in. Fine, fine times. Oh. Can't believe there's still 97 people watching this. But I am very sexy. Under Brad's leadership, The Delray Misfits got themselves in legal trouble with David Rossoff. And then Brad, with him and his high school education, decided to kick me out of the Misfits. So now I'm not responsible. Fuck. I'm partying, you dumb fucks. Brad kicked me out of the Misfits. I'm done. Uncle Dave is fucking suing the fuck out of the Misfits. Yes. Brad is playing checkers, kicking me out of the Misfits. Thank you, Brad, for kicking me out of the Misfits. I want to thank Bradford Murray for kicking me out of the Misfits. Brad Murray, thanks for kicking me out of the Misfits. Kicking me out of the Misfits, Brad Murray. Misfits, kicked out, Jay Masters, Brad Murray. Brad Murray, kicked out, Misfits, Jay Masters. Dude, I'm too smart for this. I'm like the internet master. Oh. Brad has his name on the LLC. Watch how dirty this shit gets. Just watch how dirty this shit gets. Tommy.